Good morning, Braydon. Jojo was going to come over this today, but I've got a cold and I don't want to get you guys sick. So we're going to try to do this again with the video because I think it's worked pretty good for you. So we're just going to do this for the next couple days until my cold kind of goes away and then I'm not contagious and won't give it to you, okay? So we're going to start with our comparing fractions worksheet. So you're going to take your first one and you have a half, and your first one's done for you, and it says a half is greater than 1/3. So what you're going to do is you're going to color in your 4/12 and your 2/4, and then decide which one is greater, less, or equal to. So you're going to do that sheet, okay? So go ahead and hit pause, and then when you get done this sheet, come on back and hit play, all right? Okay, our next one. Remember last week, the other day, we did homophones and we did right and right. We did R-I-G-H-T, which was your right hand, or you turn right at the light, or you are correct. That was right. And then we did W-R-I-T-E, which was you write on a piece of paper. All right, so today, our homophone we're going to do is which and which. And you see the first one is wh, W-H, which. That would be, which scooter do you like best? So it's a choice. It's a choice word. So which. Which piece of the pie is larger? And the W-I-T-C-H is a witch, like a Halloween witch. Okay? So you can see the first one has a W-H, and that's going to be pronounced with a what? Witch. And the second one is just W-I, and that's witch. So we're going to go through read these through, and then you can fill in which it goes in the blank. Okay, so number one is, which outfit should I choose to wear to the dance? Remember, W-H-I-C-H, the which is a choice. So that's when you can make a choice. You can choose one thing or the other. Okay, so go ahead, fill in number one, click pause, and come back. Okay. Number two. The tornado caused a house to fall on top of the wicked witch. The tornado caused a house to fall on top of the wicked witch. So pause, fill it in, and come on back. Number three. I couldn't decide which of the cupcakes I wanted to eat. Pause. Number four. I cannot tell which flower is the real one. Pause. Number five. Last Halloween, I dressed up as a witch and my sister dressed as a clown. Pause. Number six. I tried to follow the map, but I didn't know which way to go. Pause. Number seven. She finally picked the red one. Which was the one I wanted to pick? Pause. Number eight. I have seen a witch fly by on her broom. It should be I seen. I think that was a typo. So I have seen a witch fly by on her broomstick. Pause. Number 9. Glinda was a good witch and was very pretty. Pause. And number 10. I don't know which one you want, but I'll take the Oreo. Okay. So those are your homophones. So the other day we did rights. Today we did which. Okay. So that's that one. Now we're going to go on to some measuring. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to show you this. So the other day we did some measuring and you had a sheet and you measured how long each of the items were, right? And they were on straight up and they were on straight inches, right? Well, what I want to show you this is that when you look at a ruler or a tape measure, you know, a big tape measure like Thomas pulls out and measures like long things or short things, but like you use for construction or when you're building things, an actual tape measure has 16 little tiny ticks on it. So there's like they're broken down into increments within an inch. And really, they're kind of like fractions. So you know how we have like an eighth and a quarter and 3/16, things like that. That's how an actual tape measure is, with 16 of those little tiny lines in between each inch. But we're going to start with we're not going to jump into all the little tiny ones. We're going to go into the quarters, okay? So if you remember, how many quarters are in one whole? I know you get it. Remember, think about your pie, and you break it into 4. So how many quarters are in a whole? 4, right? Okay, so that means that there's 4 quarters in 1 inch. So whether it's a piece of pie or a pizza or a whole cake or an inch, it still equals a whole, right? So 1 whole is a whole. Doesn't matter what that whole is. It's just still 1 whole. And there's always 4 quarters in 1 whole. No matter what it is. Can be a piece of cake, a pizza, an inch. Can be anything. But there's always 4 quarters in 1 whole. All right? So 1 whole on here is going to be 1 inch. So like from 1 to 2, that's 1 inch. From 2 to 3, that's 1 full inch. 3 to 4, that's a full inch. 4 to 5, that's a full inch. And you're going to go all the way down the tape measure. Now this is cut in half because otherwise it'd be way out here and you wouldn't be able to see it on the paper. Okay? Now, if you look, you have a quarter, a half, a 3/4, and then a whole. Just like your fractions you've been doing in your models where you have a bar and it's broken into 4, right? All right, so you have a quarter, a half, 3/4, and 1. And that's going to be on every ruler, every tape measure for the rest of your life. So we have to learn this, okay? So if you were going to say, okay, it is a 1/4 of an inch, that whole block right there is 1 whole inch, right? That's 1 whole inch, but it's only a 1/4 of an inch long. So that means that it's only that long. If it was a 1/2 inch, it would be that long. 3/4, would that be that long? And then if you had 1 full inch, it would be right there, okay? So remember, there's 4 quarters in an inch, so it goes a 1/4 and a 1/2, 3/4, and a whole, just like we've been doing our fractions. All right, so you can use this as a reference for when you do your measure sheet next, okay? So we've got that, and then you're going to take this sheet, and it's just 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to look and see where that pink, how long is that pink line? And you're going to measure it by either 1/4, 1/2, or 3/4. Whatever it is on this sheet, that's what you're going to write for number 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay? Okay, so you can pause it, do that sheet, and then come on back. Okay, now we're going to do some reading comprehension. So I'm going to read this, and you're going to read along with me, okay? And then we're going to go through questions, all right? Uh-oh, I knocked you over. There you go. All right, read with me. The Painted Desert, located in Arizona, covers 93,500 acres and stretches over 160 miles. It is called painted because it has colored rocks that look like they were painted. This colorful desert has cliffs and hills. It also has trees that turned to stone long ago. These trees are located in a place called the Petrified Forest. All right, so I'm going to read it one more time for you, and you listen really well because you have questions to answer. The Painted Desert, located in Arizona, covers 93,500 acres and stretches over 160 miles. It is called painted because it has colored rocks that look like they were painted. This colorful desert has cliffs and hills. It also has trees that turned to stone long ago. These trees are located in a place called the Petrified Forest. So, question number 1. Where is the Painted Desert located? Okay, hit pause and write your answer for number 1. Number 2, why is it called painted? Hit pause and write your answer. Number 3, how many acres of land does it cover? Hit pause, write your answer. Number 4, how many miles long is the painted desert? Click pause. Name 2 things you might see in the painted desert. Hit pause. And number 6, what happened to some of the trees here? Hit pause, write your answer, and then come on back for the next sheet, okay? All right, we are going to do another ABC order sheet, okay? So we're going to go through these words, and remember, you're going to look at your first letter and start in the alphabet and see which one starts with A, B, C, okay? We're going to read the words together, okay? Sound them out. Scarf, scarf, melt, cocoa, tub, hot, cold, freeze, sneeze, fire, and hat. So go ahead and hit pause and go ahead and put these in ABC order. And then come on back. All right. Now we're going to do 6 sight words today. What I want you to do is I want you to look at this one first. I want you to sound it out. What does it sound like? Remember, start. What's that? That one there. And then, what's that? Now put it together and what'd you get? Did you get better? All right, better. Now what I want you to do is I want you to write better 5 times. And as you write it, you say it out loud as you're writing it. So you're going to write better. B-E-T-T-E-R. Better. Okay, hit pause. All right, our next word. All right, what's that? What's that? Out. About. Okay, about. Do the same thing. Write it 5 times and come on back. Make sure you say it out loud. Okay, our next word. Sound it out. Did you get carry? If you got carry, that's okay, because that means you're sounding it out phonetically. But you say it carry. Same thing. Hit pause. Write it 5 times. Our next word. Brr. And then what's the last 3? Ing. Bring. So hit pause and write that one 5 times. I know you don't need any help with that. Cut. I cut my finger. So hit pause and write that 5 times. And then we have, what's this one? So your first 3 letters. That first 2 letters is what? Cl. E-A makes what? E-N. Clean. Okay? Clean. So hit pause, write that 5 times, and come on back. All right, your last worksheet for the day, and then after this, all you have is 30 minutes of reading eggs, and you can do that now, or you can do that before you go to bed, whichever you want, okay? But you've got your multiplication sheet. So what I want you to do is you're going to write out the problem. So your first one's going to be 71 times 6. So write that on paper, do your math, and you're going to write those out on each one. And then on the bottom is your division. Okay? Now, you can use your multiplication chart if you want. If that makes it easier for you, you can go ahead and use that. And then get these done. Once you get these done, like I said, you've still got 30 minutes of reading eggs. You can do those now, or you can do them before you go to bed, but they have to get done today. All right? Jojo loves you, and I hope you have a wonderful day. And you call me if you have any questions on anything, okay? Use Bailey or Peyton's phone. All right? I love you. Bye-bye.